Is it just me, or did this almost feel like a finale? So good. If you'll remember, Jocasta's lawyer really wanted to marry her before she decided to marry Mr. Ennis. He still resents her, and he's working with Stephen Bonnet. They're literal partners in crime. Bonnet wants him to help secure Jocasta's land, and the lawyer is happy to do it because Bonnet has promised to get rid of Jocasta's husband. That way she'll be free. Jamie, Claire, Roger, and Bree are all making their plan to catch Bonnet themselves. Ian, of course, is going to help them, so he gets dressed in normal clothes, and Claire plans to cover his marks with some clay. Too bad she didn't have any cover girl. And Roger has made it clear to Jamie that as Bree's husband, he's going to be the one to kill Bonnet. Claire and Bree are having parts made for the new syringe. They have a glass maker to fashion the tube, and they are going to ask the smith to fashion a hollow needle. The mother and daughter also enjoy some girl time at the beach. In all their long dresses, of course. They watch the whales and talk about how there used to be whales everywhere until whalers ruined everything. And Bree shares that she loved the book Moby Dick. To be honest, that's one of those books I tried to read for school but ended up just pretending to read. The guys are currently watching for Bonnet based on a tip they received, but the man they find is not Bonnet. They beat him up anyway. Bonnet, though, has found Claire. She tries to get him with a little tiny knife, but quickly the tables are turned, and Bree shows up and points a gun at him. Unfortunately, it's unloaded, so no good. Bree ends up in Bonnet's clutches, and Claire goes away for help. He takes her back to a nice house and shows her toys that he's made for his son. He also tells her that her visit to the jail is what gave him hope that he had something to leave on the earth. He wants to have a relationship with her and Jemmy. He has her dress up in fancy clothes, has her eat dinner with him, and asks her to teach him how to be a gentleman. Part 1 of being a gentleman class should be, don't rape and kidnap people. She sticks to table manners. And this whole time she's acting like, yeah, she's going to have a relationship with him to keep him calm. But then it comes time for bed, and she tells him that Jemmy likes to be read to. She also finds out that Bonnet is illiterate, so she grabs the nearest book and reads what else? Moby Dick. Fake reads it, it's not like he knows. He ends up letting her go to bed alone because he's trying to be a gentleman. But when he gets up, his whore is setting the table. He's mad at Bree and has very aggressive sex with the prostitute. And of course, based on her prior experience with Bonnet, she is visibly disturbed. Near-death experiences are the order of the day in this episode. The lawyer finally goes to Jocasta's house, River Run, to try to work things out. And he finds out that she actually wants to give bunches of her estate away to the rest of the Fraser and Mackenzie clan. Not just Jemmy. He's very mad, but since he's alone with a blind woman, he comes up behind her and tries to strangle her to death. Just in the nick of time, her assistant comes in and kills him. Bonnet is now mad at Bree and decides he doesn't want her. So what's he going to do? Sell her. A guy comes to buy her and they go to the beach where they're going to do the trade-off. Thankfully, right at the last minute, Jamie and Claire and Roger show up and Roger beats Bonnet up. The other guy goes away and Bree's saved and it looks like Bonnet is going to be killed until they decide to give him a trial in Wilmington. It works out. He's convicted, and they sentence him to death by drowning, which was really horrible. They tied his hands to his stake, and we're going to just let high tide come in. In the end, though, Roger and Jamie's discussions about who is going to kill Bonnet ends up being neither of them. It's Bree. She takes a gun and shoots him in the head. And Roger asks her if it was mercy or if she just wanted to be sure he was dead. She says nothing, and that's the end. It feels like we've had a nice, happy ending. I don't know where we go from here.